Okay, focus. That took a minute or two. I'm going to be talking about the entertainment industry today, Hollywood, television, film, music, basically everything that has to do with that. And the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I was a film major. I went to school to study film and I wanted to be a creator in that way, a showrunner or a screenwriter or something like that. I guess I originally wanted to be a director, but then it kind of shifted. So, yeah, it's just gonna, we'll see where this takes us. But I already made a video about like my television theory and about One Tree Hill and stuff. So, this is not gonna be like those videos. This one is going to be very different. I'm not going to be talking about it in a great light, and so just hang on with me and we'll see how much I share. I want to start by saying that I love film and how you can tell stories. I love video and I love photography, as you know. I love being able to create and storytell and share that like human connection and emotion with people. That's something relatable that we can all feel. I love that and I want to make that clear as the video proceeds. So let's just go right out the bat. I had to watch 2 cannibalism films in film school that were made recently that were kind of like indie or whatever. I don't remember the names of them. Honestly, I tried to block them out, but yeah, it was really disturbing. And I also watched Rosemary's Baby, which I did remember the name of. And that one, they basically give birth to Satan in the movie. Very, very, very traumatic. So that's how I like to open up this discussion with people because it shocks them. They don't know that this exists, that there's films being made about these topics. And it's, I think, slowly becoming a little bit more mainstream over the years as time progresses. But it's life imitates art and art imitates life, as they say. And so it's hard to know what is true and what is not true when it comes to something like this. So, yeah. And you look at the television shows that have come out, a lot of them are very dystopian. A lot of them have a lot of technology, the transhumanistic, AI stuff that they have, lots of plagues that were released, and lots of government control, and just stuff like The Handmaid's Tale, Brave New World, 1984. All of these things are what our television shows are now. My hair is like kind of falling out, but whatever. Oh my gosh, it's like for realsies falling out now. Wow. Okay, I guess we're just gonna mid-video do my hair. This is a hair tutorial now, I guess. But yeah, so that's film for you. The music industry is a whole other beast, literally. Their music videos have so much symbolism. If you know anything about the entertainment industry or anything about the stuff that I'll be talking about, symbolism is a huge deal. And I don't want to have to go into all the symbolism stuff, but if you know about it, it's not hard to spot. The Super Bowl performances have a lot of symbolism. And like symbolism of what? Satanic symbolism. And then the TV shows promote a lot of supernatural stuff, like witchcraft and painting Lucifer, the devil, Satan, in a good light with his own TV show. He's a handsome protagonist, things like that. And Sabrina the Teenage Witch and the new Netflix show, I don't know, she has a whole long title in the name of the show, does a lot of sacrifices, blood sacrifices in the show. And I know it has to do with like demons or the devil. And so, yeah, just a lot that goes down. And we know about, well, I say we know, maybe you don't know, the entertainment industry, Disney, all the child actors, I don't want to say all because I can't like prove that. A lot of the child actors are molested or worse, you know. They have to endure a lot of harassment or torture, whatever you want to call it, and they're really scarred by it. And they kind of nonchalantly mention it sometimes in interviews. I know Bella Thorne did an interview once, and she was like, well, yeah, I was molested for my whole childhood growing up, you know, kind of mentioning her time on Disney and stuff like that, and to why she's so messed up, and just kind of like throwing it out there in the interview. And I know other child stars have kind of just like nonchalantly dropped stuff, so where you like don't know if they're being serious or not because it's in a casual setting and they're saying something so serious, and maybe they have a background as being a comedian or being really out there, and so you're kind of just awkwardly laughing in the moment, or that's what the interviewer does, and they just kind of push past it most of the time, or maybe lean into it a little bit but don't fully divulge all the details. And so that is a huge thing with the entertainment industry. I wanted to be an actor growing up, and I was like so mad that my mom didn't like take me to Hollywood and audition for all the shows and whatnot. I love to like pretend to be in a TV show growing up, but knowing what I do now, looking back at those shows, especially Witchcraft, I loved all the witch wizard shows. I basically watched all of them that existed, and most of them when you're 16 is when you get your powers, and so I was like, oh, when I turn 16, you know, or whatever. And it's just kind of concerning that these are the things that they're imprinting on us, because if you know anything about Wicca or stuff like Wicca, these things exist. Witchcraft exists. Also, I just want to point out that I'm wearing a jean jacket in this video, and I was wearing a jean jacket in the other video, so this is just jean jacket week, I guess. But yeah, so that's super concerning. And then if you look into Lady Gaga and how she's friends with Maria Abramovich, who does spirit cooking parties and has questionable art in her place. I don't want to go too down this rabbit hole and go too deep, because I think everyone has their own discernment of how deep that they can go with certain topics, but I do want to talk about this to just bring it to light, at least a little bit of exposure to make you think a little, and then if you want to know more and research more, then you can do that with your own discretion. Looking into Disney, whole thing, watching old Disney shows and seeing the language they used about certain topics, knowing about human trafficking. I guess human trafficking is like a whole other thing, but the Super Bowl and Disney are like big like Disneyland are huge hubs for that, which makes sense because one, like tons of people congregate for the Super Bowl from all over, and then with Disney it's like there's just kids everywhere, so really easy to like make exchanges with people. And I know people hate hearing about this, it's like not a fun topic to talk about, but I don't know, people wonder why I don't want to pursue film, and this isn't the only reason. I think it's a lot of things that just kind of all coincided together and just were like, yeah, this isn't the direction that I want to go in life. Not saying that God could not ever open that door for me to enter into, but I just don't have that desire anymore, which is really awful. Graduating from a place with a certain degree, thinking that I want to potentially use this in some way, shape, or form, and now it's like, I don't even want to like do it as like a job unrelated to the film industry, you know? I don't even really want to do film or screenwriting in a Christian setting even. It's just not my desire. I love to work one-on-one with people. I love creating, and that's never going to change, but I like to work one-on-one with people and really help make an impact in that way, which is why I volunteer at a pregnancy center. I'll have to make a whole video talking about the pregnancy center, but it is interesting being like, yeah, I studied film. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to use it. Crickets, this is awkward now. So yeah, that's just interesting. And there's just a lot of spiritual stuff that goes on in the film industry. Lots of evil. Oh my gosh, there's a bird. And just really heavy things. I totally think that you can be a Christian and want to enter into that, but it's I just don't know if it's the wisest thing, or you have to have your head on pretty straight, because you could easily waver. Very, very, very easily be tempted in that direction. And so just kind of concerning knowing about like satanic cults to the very small degree that I know, knowing about Freemasons and symbolism and the things that you have to do to be in these societies. Yeah, I'm being really vague, but I don't want any part of it. And I have totally stepped back a huge amount from the amount of TV I watch, the music I listen to. Lyrics are a huge thing with music, and what is the artist promoting? What do they stand for? What is their music videos about? All encompassing. What are you feeding your mind? And it's really hard. I grew up with certain pop songs and they're catchy. I still have a soft spot for some of these songs, just off of nostalgia alone. But at the same time, am I edifying myself? Is this feeding my soul? Is this pointing me to Christ? And if at the very least, if it's not pointing me to Christ, like as in like worship music, is it pointing me away from Christ? Is it leading me into temptation? Is it giving me false beliefs or lies, things that aren't true, stuff like that? And I just see how much we idolize people, how much we put people on a pedestal, how we're like fans of people. And I look at Beyonce and even Taylor Swift, and it's like, man, they're worshipped. And not saying that you can't like what they do and not worship them or place them as an idol, but I think that's how society views them, how they kind of are portrayed in a way. And knowing how this world operates with sin, the brokenness of sin, with Satan, the prince of the air, Lucifer, things like that, you can easily see through stuff and have, I guess, discernment. I guess I just have discernment when it comes to that. So, yeah, the entertainment industry, man, it's like a wild beast out there. I just don't know. Just don't know about it. So that's all I gotta say for that. Not a super fun video. There's a lot of things that are in my mind that I'm like dancing around, and I'm like, do I say this? Do I not? Okay, we'll just end with a lot of things are connected from the stuff I mentioned earlier with cannibalism, sex trafficking, human trafficking, sacrifices, all pretty connected. So yeah, I'll just leave you at that. If you want to know more, pray about it and ask God for permission for how much you should know and see. But I have known and I've seen a lot, or I know and I see a lot. So just proceed with caution. But I think if you're at least aware of it, you don't need to delve super deep into it, and you can just kind of be like, yeah, I know enough to make decisions. I have a friend who is like, I don't want to go there, but I know enough. And I think that's all we're asked of. We shouldn't be made aware of everything. It's not good for our souls. So that is it. That is my video today on the entertainment industry and Hollywood and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed. Kind of wasn't super fun. Maybe I'll keep my promise and the next video will be more fun, but you know, probably not. Okay. Bye guys. My hair's in a bun. As you saw, I did it in the video. kind of new, switching it up, and I'm wearing a jumpsuit, which you can't really tell, but I think it's really cute and comfortable, so yay! I'm also wearing eyeshadow, so that's cool. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!